think I just found my next 5-star book, guys. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Katrie and I like to talk all things books. Today we are going to be reviewing Sarah Adams' The Off-Limits Rule. I just read this one and I'm so excited to talk to you guys about it today. Alright guys, so The Off-Limits Rule is about Lucy, a single mom who tries to make her way outside of her hometown. And she's kind of working it for like about a year, and then it kind of crashes and falls all at one time. So she calls her brother up and she asks him to come help her move out, and he lets her stay with him. So her and her son, I think a 4-year-old son, Levi, go and move in with her brother. And she's back home and she's trying to like refigure things out, and she feels a little bit like a failure at the beginning here. In comes the brother's ex-roommate who he had been rooming with for the past year. He just moved out, Cooper, one of his best friends. And Cooper is like the opposite of her in like certain ways. He's more dangerous, and he like likes to like live free and all this stuff, and she's very like reserved and stuff, and she's a mom, so she feels like she can't live dangerous and all this stuff. So this is a best friend's brother trope, which I think this is my first time reading this trope. I very much enjoyed it, I will say that. It's also a single mom trope. I think this one was done very well. If you guys have been here for a while, then I think you would know that The Cheat Sheet is one of my all-time favorite books, period, especially romance books, and definitely my favorite from Sarah Adams. But guys, this one is like right up there with it. I don't know if it's better, but like they're a little bit different in my mind. There were a lot of like relatable things about parenting and, you know, like motherhood and stuff like that in here. I wouldn't say it was like lavished with it, but there was definitely like, you know, little sprinkles here and there, and I really enjoyed that. I actually got my let me show you guys. I got my annotation highlighters out and I annotated the crap out of this book. You know it's good when I just have to pull my highlighters out. So I really like this, and guys, I'm giving this a 5 stars. Yes, I'm giving it a 5 stars. So I'm over the moon that I actually found another 5-star book, and pretty soon after my last 5-star, because I feel like I have not had a lot of 5 stars this year, so that was really exciting for one. I had a whirlwind ride with this one. I read it in a day, guys. I stayed up till like midnight or something reading this book, way later than I should have, but I just wanted to finish it. I just wanted to know what was gonna happen. This is also one of 2 in an interconnected standalone. It's Something About Nashville. But the second one is about her brother Drew, who she had moved in with during this time. And so I'm really, really interested in the second one, and I definitely want to grab that one next because I loved Drew's character in this, and so I can't wait to see more from him and see him get his romance. I'm very much excited for that. I think my biggest complaint in this book would be a nitpicky type of thing is the epilogue. I kind of wanted more from it. I mean, I got a good little bit, but like the second half of the epilogue was more of a setup for the second book, which I was fine with, but I kind of wished it was extra like content at the end instead of being their epilogue, part of their epilogue, because I just felt like it took away from them a little bit and kind of getting that like final like full picture. But you know, that's like a personal preference thing. So I will say that Sarah Adams is a clean romance author. Her newest book, The Rule Book, did have an open door scene, and that is the first time she's put that in. So this one is completely clean, like kisses only, closed door. It'll basically end or fade to black before something happens. she writes such good romance, and she's so funny in the way that she writes. There is just something about this woman's humor. I mean, I know I was like showing you guys, but like this orange here that you see, the orange is my like laughing out loud. Like this made me laugh out loud or giggle. And there's so much orange. Oh my goodness. I really like the way that Sarah Adams in particular does men. I don't know, because she does a dual POV in this, and I believe all of her books that I've read so far have had dual POV. I love dual POV. I love being able to kind of like see and hear from the guy's perspective. That's like one of my favorite things in a romance book, hands down. So when Sarah Adams does this, like, I feel like she does a really good job, and sometimes I like the men's perspective more than the women's, because not all of her books that I've read have I vibed with the girl as much. I did like the girl in this, Lucy. She was fun and quirky, and you know, I had a lot of like, similarities because of being a mom and stuff like that, and so some of the same fears and stuff like that, or anxieties I should say, and so that was like really cool to see. But the way she wrote Cooper was just, again, I feel like the cheat sheet is one of my favorites, and it was a 5-star because the way Bree and Ethan were written, they were written so well. I loved Bree and her character. She's probably been like my favorite girl character, I think, overall, and Lucy would probably be a close second. But yeah, she's been my favorite female character in her books that I've read so far. Just like the quirkiness that she has in particular. But Nathan reminded me so much of my dear amazing husband, Joshua. And I feel like Cooper also, maybe not quite as much. I do think that there were some, you know, like I didn't quite feel as much of it, but he did still like really remind me of my husband. So I think we'd probably come to the conclusion that when a romance book is like a 5 stars, or it just like hits all these spots, it's because something reminds me of my husband. So all right guys, so that is the Off Limits rule. I definitely recommend this one. I'm so excited to check out the second one. Just a short little quick review, clean. I don't believe this had any swearing in it. I think there was maybe 1 or 2 small swear words in it. She doesn't normally use a lot of cussing. She'll write a couple of like jokes and innuendos sometimes, but it's not very heavy at all when it does happen. So she's a pretty good and solid author. She's one of my favorites with romance, and like hands down, and I'm so excited I found another 5-star, because I've read, this will have been my 4th, so I'd read 3 others. The cheat sheet was my first, and then I read 2 others, and I was kind of sitting there thinking, I like her writing. I really like her writing, and I almost always will like a book she writes, but they weren't hitting the spot. And then this one hit the spot, so I'm just so happy it did. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know if you guys have read this or if you want to read it now. Yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you and chat with you, and I will see you guys next time in my next video. All right, bye guys.